안녕하세요. Welcome. This is the sexual misconduct series. We'll have a series, 3 parts: sexual misconduct, the stupidity. I said this would be the drunkest I'd be in my life last time, but I didn't record everything for the punk rock, the punk drunk. So I'm drunk again because I need to get drunk again because I got to do some vocals and I got to do some drums, and I'm smoking a cigarette. This is going to teach what it's like for sexual misconduct. It's like the disgustingness of a cigarette and beer. It's cool, but not that cool. So, hello. Turn the gain up. Okay. This is what you don't do. This ruins you. You might think it doesn't ruin you. Maybe it doesn't ruin you, but it does. Okay. Part 1. Before I found wife, I did wrong. What is wrong? Well, hurting people. Let's start with a girl named Ermerm. Let's call her Ermerm. This is Ermerm. Well, actually, yeah, Ermerm. This was the first. So, there was a friend named, we'll call him Ebony. Ebony and I met in elementary. He moved. This is a man who moves around a lot. And this man, Ebony, moved and started attending our elementary school in grade 8. So we met in grade 8. And we became boys. We started doing dumb shit together. There was a time we found a bike hill in the fort. We started walking through a forest near where I live. There was a bike hill, and you can go down, and there's this ramp at the bottom that someone made, I guess, the people who lived nearby. And you go down this hill, and then there's this ramp at the bottom, and you just can fly off. And we just started messing around with it with our bikes. One day, Ebony, I would be filming with an old phone, those 2005 phones with the 0.0006 megapixels. This kid went down and flew off. I remember that you could, if you stand on your bike and ride down, like you just jump off and it'd be chill. It wouldn't be that crazy. But if you sat on the seat and tried to ride down and go off this ramp, that's when you would end your own life. So he went down. He went down sitting, and I was filming from the top, and this man, flew and just GTA 8 ragdolled and hit, and like I'm just like, I couldn't breathe because I'm laughing so hard. But after the laughter was done, he showed his knee, and he must have hit his knee on the bike and on the bike handlebars, and he had like a He had like a talking knee. I remember he was making it talk like, hello. Like, you know, when you make your belly talk, hello, my name is blah, blah. His knee was doing that. And, yeah, coming at you from 1977. I don't know. Funny times. Anyway. I don't know. I guess we lost touch for a bit, for a lot of years. And then we met again. Like after college. And he had this girlfriend, Erm. And then I remember a bunch of us would chill, you know, the Manos, the Gusty Baby, the Del Sorte, the whoever else, the Velvel, I don't know. These people would chill. And we'll just cut to this one part. I remember yeah, I don't know, you'd bring her over to Gusty Baby's basement. And then I don't know. I guess they started fighting. Him and Erm started fighting. I just remember that. And then this one day, there's this one guy we'll call Fortnite. There was Fortnite. That's all I can remember now. Anyway, we all chilled one day. A bunch of us chilled. Johnny Money. I remember Johnny Money was there, you know. This one ox knife. This knife of an ox was there. I don't know, a bunch of us from John Cabot. Ebony never went to John Cabot. I don't know what high school he went to. Maybe he didn't even go to a high school. Probably did. But anyway, all of us would chill a lot. And then this one day, we were chilling. And this was a time when Ebony and Erm were in a fight. And we'll start from here. We're all just chilling, and Ebony's not there. But it's like Johnny Money, Fortnite. Johnny Money, Fortnite, maybe Ox Knife was there. I was there. Erm was there. Maybe a couple other people, but I'm not sure who they were. And we would chill and just be stupid. I don't know what we were doing. Chilling. And we're just hanging out, and I remember we're hanging out near we're hanging out near the high school I went to, the and I just remember Johnny Money and Fortnite. We just start because where I go to, where the high school was, right next door was an elementary school called And I just remember us all in a group just walking. We were chilling near Cabot, sitting in a circle or something on the grass, or I don't know what, talking. And then we just got up and, well, even before this, I remember we would go to Erm's house with Ebony, and everyone was there. Gusty Baby, Del Sorte, I don't know if Ixknife was there. The Packaging Sisters, Velvel, me, bunch of people. And we would chill in the garage and smoke the kush and drink and have fun and socialize. And I remember this is a point when I was tripping about life. I was in a relationship with this girl. We'll call her Poluners. Poluners and I were in a relationship, though this was the first relationship I had. And I wanted to be with Stella, although Stella and I had a little thing. Though right before we were about to get together, something happened. And Stella and I didn't end up together. So, and like Stella, I, and Poluners all worked at the same grocery store. And I came into work one day and saw something. I might tell this story later, though. I'll skip the details of this. Actually, I'll just go into it. Okay, so Stella and I just started, we could call it dealing, and we were liking each other. Screw this part. I won't go into these details. Maybe another story. But I came into work one day, and we were about to be a couple. And then I came into work the next day after the night before. I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure this is going to be my first girlfriend. I'm like 17 or 18. And then I come into work the next day, and I see something with Stella, and I realized, and then my heart broke because I saw something. And I was like, oh shit. And I didn't know what was going on. So I just continued my life. And Stella was a cashier. Poluners was in the deli. So I guess I just started, talking to Poluners. And then, got to it. Eventually, I lost virginity to Poluners. And when I lost virginity, this is going pretty off track, but kind of not. Anyway, I never wanted to be with Poluners. But I just remember after the first time we had sex, she asked me, so what are we? And I just did not know what to say. I thought I'm supposed to say, aren't we boyfriend and girlfriend? I don't know, isn't that what it is? So I just said, okay. I said, we're boyfriend and girlfriend. But at that moment, I was like, no, I don't want to be your boyfriend. Like, I want Stella. I thought I was going to be with Stella. Anyway, so that's weird. The first thing I say is we're boyfriend and girlfriend, but the first thing I think is I don't want to be with you. Like that. Anyway, so I'm still with Poluners at this point, and this is maybe a year later, or not a year later. I never made it past a year with a girl. Maybe Stella will, and I will. I'm pretty sure we'll be past a year. But anyway, so we're all just hanging out at in Ermem's garage and in her house and whatever, It'd be like a common thing. We'd all always go hang out at her house. It was like the chill spot. So at this point, I was really, tripping in life. I guess it was guilt. It must have been guilt. And I was feeling guilty about not wanting to be with Poluners. And I remember Poluners saying Vel and the Packaging Sisters and them went on a walk with Poluners, and they would be telling her you're so lucky to be with him. You're so lucky. I can't believe you're with Devin. You're so lucky. because Polenders told me this. So anyway, cut to a bit in the future. And Ebony are fighting. And we're chilling. We'll get back to this point. We're in a circle talking. I don't know what we're doing. And then I just remember we get up and we start walking towards the elementary school that is next door to the high school, to the Nuh-uh. The Nuh-uh, next door to the Nuh-uh. Okay, I must add here, I had been long broken up with Polenders at this point. I was a single roof shingle sliding off. And I just remember Ermem's kind of walking ahead, and I'm just walking, looking at the ground. I don't know what I'm doing. And then Johnny Money and Fortnite turned to me and like, yo, she wants you, man. She wants you. And I was like, what? Really naive at this point, too. I don't know what the heck they saw. I don't know what they saw. I really honestly don't know what they saw. I wasn't looking at anything. So I was like, what? Just shut up. Shut up. So, whatever. The night ends. And I'm the one with the car, so it's time to drive everyone home. So everyone loads up in the car, stuffing in like clowns. This was a common occurrence. This was the clown car. The back door opened and 52 people walked out. Anyway, I'm driving everyone home on this night. Drop off Johnny Money. Drop off Fortnite. Drop off, I think Oxknife was there. Whoever was there, I dropped off. And it ended up Ermer's in the passenger and I'm driving and she's the last girl I have to drop off. So I get to Ermer's house. And like we were drinking a bit the night. And when I get to Ermer's house, I park up. Okay, bye. And then Ermer turns to me and she goes, Devin, you're really cute. I think you're really cute. And can I kiss you? And I was just, what? Super what? Super what is this situation right now? What? Excuse me? No. Please, I think you're really cute, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. You have to go home. What are you talking about? Just get out of the car. You have to go home. Blah, blah. I don't know. Can I stay? Can I kiss you? I'm like, wait, what? What the hell is happening right now? You have to leave. Just go home. And she's like, no. What about Ebony? Oh, we're broken up and stuff, blah, blah. And I'm just unsure what's going on. I'm super naive at this point. And sketching. And I remember when earlier nights when we would be chilling at Ermer's house, all of us with Velvel and stuff, I'd be thinking I was going to die and stuff. Like I was like so scared. I don't know what was going through my head, but I was paranoid beyond belief. I always just thought I was going to die or something. I just thought people were going to try to kill me. Like I thought there was a point in the night where I was going to get jumped or something. Like so weird. And then when I look back at it now, it's just like, what? So dumb thinking about that. Because everyone was just hanging out, talking, laughing, and I'm just there, like, in my head, just, they're going to jump me, they're going to kill me. Anyway, fast forward, so I'm, like, trying to convince her for, like, 7-10 minutes to just leave. And she would just stay, awkwardly just try to stay. So I thought so many things were going through my head. Like, is she going to blackmail me? Is she going to feel rejected and her self-esteem is going to be hurt? Like, what's going on? Like, am I supposed to kiss her? Like, I don't know what's happening. So I said, okay, come kiss me. And then we started making out. She climbed over onto the driver's seat on my lap, and we started kissing. And then I just pushed her off, and I just said, okay, let's go to my house. And it was like 12, maybe 1. And I drove her. We drove to, we started driving to where I live. And I remember she's holding my hand saying, you have nice hands. Okay, I don't know. We get to my house, and we go downstairs to where I sleep. And we have fun. And that leads to more fun and more fun and more fun. And I'm so guilty. I can't believe what happened. That I kept trying to have fun. We kept trying to have fun so I could destroy the guilt. I thought if we just have more fun, the guilt will die. Though the guilt just was piling on, having more and more fun. Anyway, I'm just eventually like, dude, we have to stop this. This is fucked up. This is so incorrect. I can't, like, this is blowing my mind out. I'm so guilty. And she's like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Ebony knows. I know he knows. He must know. In some sense, he has to know. And she's like, he doesn't know. And I'm like, yeah, he knows. And she's like, he doesn't know. I'm like, okay. So we kind of just stopped. And then she tries to come back. And I just fell for it again. And then eventually she texts. I remember she texts and she goes, I'm feeling guilty too now. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And then I remember one night she texts again and she's like, so I went camping with Ebony and his family to try and get back together with him. And like, I admitted to him what happened and he punched me in the face. So Erm had like a black eye and like a busted vessel in her eye. And I was just like, oh my God, what's going on? And this was the biggest. First, Polaner's was a guilt trip because I never wanted to be with her in the first place. So that was a guilt trip. And then Erm was just a super next level guilt trip too. Never felt cool about doing what we did. Never felt like I was like the shit. Never felt like I was, I'm fucking your bitch. Never thought that. Just felt like demonic. Immediately felt demonic. So later, we eventually stopped because it's like, yo, let's just stop. But we like to hang out. We would hang out, go to museums or art galleries or art shows that would pop up because I remember liked art. I like art too. Like a Michelangelo exhibit. There was a Michelangelo exhibit in Toronto. There was, other things. I'll tell this one story about later. I'll tell this story about the time I did the most acid I ever did at a Arctic Monkeys concert because she wanted to go with her friend, let's call her Kitty Cat. She wanted to go with Kitty Cat, but at the last minute Kitty Cat bailed on her and she had already bought 2 tickets. So she just texted me like, hey, Kitty Cat bailed. Can you come? I was like, okay, I have acid. I'm going to do it. You want to do it? No. Anyway, she ended up doing 1 tab. She said she didn't feel it, but I did like 6 tabs and that was the most I ever did. And Holy crap. I'll tell that story another time. Anyway, so we would just hang out and not do anything. Sometimes like do drugs, like Percocets. I remember I got my wisdom teeth out and they gave like a vial of Percocets and I just took like 2 or 3, but I was like, I don't even need these. Like, I don't even feel pain. Like, I'll just chill until the pain goes away and have a bunch of Percocets after. So we do perks, or sometimes we hang out and do the summer snow. And I remember I had to go to her and get rid of this guilt. And the way I would do it was hang out with her and not do anything. We would hang out and not do anything and do a bunch of drugs. Stay until morning hours, stay until 7 a.m. and just not do anything. And I felt like, okay, it's clear. Anyway, Ebony stopped hanging out with us. And I don't know. He has a kid now, I heard. And yeah, I don't talk to Ermerm anymore. I told her I had to tell her. This guilt was eating away for years and years, and I finally said, up until recently, I said, hey, I messaged her and I said, hey, I don't feel guilty for what we did. We have to forgive ourselves. I forgive you, forgive each other, forgive everyone. And I have to stop. This is so unhealthy. I can't like think of this guilt anymore because I went through a super healing stage, especially after getting together with Stella, the truest wife, the truest best friend I ever want to be with until time stops, like, and after time stops, reach nirvana with this girl. And all this guilt would always seep into other relationships I would have. Although I would always want to just be with Stella. She would always be in the back of my mind, but she was in Calgary at this point because I had rejected her. These stories will come, but she was with her, she was doing her thing and I was doing my thing. And I couldn't get her out of my back of my head, even though I would try. So I eventually just stayed celibate for 6 years. I was just like, I can't, this is not fair to any other girl. Like, every time I'm with a girl, it's just, I want to be with her. So I stayed celibate for 6 years, hoping eventually we'd be together. Anyway, that was sexual misconduct. That was something you shouldn't do. You should be more conscious, be more aware, properly understand that you need to keep it within. You can keep it all within. You can be attractive. You can be sexy. You can be super peaceful. You could be lit. Though you don't have to touch other people's partners, especially if they're in a fight, and they're trying to say, oh, we're in a fight, we're broken up, especially if they're your friends for years and they see you as a brother and stuff. Just, you play Cupid. Play Cupid. Encourage their reconciliation. Encourage a couple's reconciliation and let them figure it out. You don't have to touch. You can touch in so many other ways. This way was not fun, but it was fun, of course, but it was not the proper fun. It was a stupid fun. It was not the fun I wish for in life. I like clean fun, like with Stella. The pure fun that is just her and I. No stupidity attached. Just purity. Anyway, just wait till the wife comes. You think sex is cool. it's not, if it's improper. It's actually cooler to not have sex. You'll figure that out if you do it. If you have the discipline enough, if you have the love enough, if you have the honesty to oneself enough, and the insight without delusion, and the peace in one's own heart, and if you are unfearful and happy, you will not do such things. So be happy and realize that even if you think you're super tough and you're super cool and I can do yo bitch, I can yo bitch, and I'm so cool. You think you're so cool. You're not. You think you're tough, and you're not tough. You're just hiding it. That's so weak. You really sit down and you really dig deep into what you are, you will see the damage you cause. This is where I come from with responsible freedom. I demonstrated freedom. We demonstrated just freedom with a lack of responsibility. After this freedom was demonstrated, we were hurt. Everyone was hurt. A lot of people were hurt. If we were responsible and realized how peaceful we really are without having to go where we went, that's the responsibility, and that's where you can find true freedom, because you know, as I said, the full deck of cards, the full chessboard, the full Monopoly, every roll of the dice that's going to happen, and you will make the proper movements to be as conscious as you can without hurting anyone. And that's true freedom. If you can move around at every moment of your life, and at every movement you make, everyone is benefiting and everyone is healing and everyone is healthy and everyone is happy around you, and you're not causing any chaos, well, any improper chaos, you're not causing any hurt, you will see how flourished existence happens for you. And this is what you should really study and really teach the world and really learn for yourself, because this is where it's at. Not what Ermerm and I did, not what we did. Anyway, part 2 is going to happen now, but part 2 will be uploaded later. But whatever. Peace. Let's dance in style, let's dance for a while. Heaven can wait, we're watching the stars, looking for the best, but expecting the worst. Are we gonna drop the